Okay, so now that we learned how to create our first React component, let's kind of go over how to create more components and sort of like dive into React, and also learn how to import styles into our components. Okay, so this is our main component. It's being rendered to the DOM through here. So let's go back over here and create more components. Okay, and you can create components two ways. You can create it with the normal function, just like up here, or you can create it components with the arrow function, the new syntax like this, arrow function syntax. But I'm just gonna stick to the old way. So function, and I'm gonna give it the name hi. And you would normally give your component, the first letter of your component should be always uppercase. This way JSX can differentiate between a component, your component, a JSX component, and a normal HTML component like a div or an h1. So you don't want them to have the same uppercase and lowercase, things. So anyways, moving on, so let's return some JSX, and over here I'm just going to return an h1, and inside over here I'm going to return the word hi. Okay, so this is all I'm going to do. So this is our component. It's very simple. If you have a bigger component, a larger component than this, you would have it in a separate file and then import it into here, into your main component, or wherever you want to call this component. But for now, it's just a small component. We don't need to use it anywhere else. It's just gonna be in here. We just need it for the moment. So yeah, we can just have it in the same file and call it over here. So let's learn how to call it. So there's two ways to call in a component. The first one is just like we did over here into HTML tags. We can call it. So we can say hi closing tag. Okay, and this will render just like this, just like normal. Or you can call it just like a JavaScript function, but you would have to put two curly braces, and this tells JSX that whatever is inside this curly braces is going to be just normal JavaScript. So in here you can say hi and call it just like this, and you see it's just the same results. Okay, and these two curly braces is just to tell JSX that whatever inside over here is going to be JavaScript, and you're limited to what you can do inside this curly braces. So you can't do all kind of JavaScript in here, all kind of crazy JavaScript. I think you can just compare. You can return values depending on whether something is true or false. So you can't do if statement. You can do ternary operator, but you can't do if statement. So let's say over here, let's say true. Okay, let me show you, give you an example. And the ternary operator, and say if true, we're going to return something. If not, we're going to return other things. So we can say if it's true, we're going to return hi. Otherwise, I can just return a string saying no hi. Okay, just simple as that, and it's obviously true, and so it's going to return hi. But in the case if you had false, it would return no hi. Okay, so it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So you can have it as this. You also can do something like this. You can assign a component to a variable. Not actually a component. You can assign some JSX to a variable. So in the case of, let's say you want to say const hi, going back to the hi example. So you say hi, and then over here you open two parentheses, and this is an expression, and over here you would have a div or whatever tag you would like, and over here we would say hello. Okay, and now you can call it over here, and this is a variable, so you can't call it just like a function. So you would have to open two curly braces and put it over here. So hi, and this will render to the DOM just like this. It's very simple and nice. Okay, so just like normal variable, you assign some JSX to it, and then you call it over here. You call the variable. Okay, so now let's create some styles and style our component. So to create some styles, let's go inside over here and create a new file. We're going to say styles.css. So it's a normal CSS file. And over here, let's say an h1, or let's create some classes. Okay, some CSS classes. So let's say text red, and this is going to color red. Okay, and this is just, and let's say align or text center. I think there is align text or something. I don't do CSS a lot, so I'm pretty terrible with CSS. I think text center, text align, and then center. Okay, and let's go over here. So now that we created our CSS file, so we just have to import it in over here, import, and this is how you import it. Styles.css, and you would have to include the CSS extension, otherwise JavaScript wouldn't know what kind of file this is. So now that we imported our CSS, so all of this will be imported into here, and you don't have to worry about how all this happens. This is all happens with Webpack and some loaders, so they will convert all of this into JavaScript, and all this JavaScript will be inside your normal JSX, which is also JavaScript. Okay, so over here you would say class. Okay, and in here you would say text, what was it, text red. Okay, so you say text red, but this is actually not going to work. It is going to work, but it's not recommended, because this in here, the word class is reserved, is a JavaScript reserved word, because we can create an actual JavaScript class with the word class. That is why it's reserved, because if you do the word class, so JavaScript will be confused and wouldn't know what you mean. You mean a class in JavaScript, a class component, or a class, an actual class, an object-oriented class, and all that, or you mean a class like a CSS class. So what you do is a class name. This is what we do. And JSX, there is no class, and all kind of this stuff is like a little different in JSX, but it's all not that much different and simple. Okay, so this is how you would import these styles and assign the styles into your components. So alright, I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you later.